The biggest show in town returned today as Rangers drew 2 each with Club Brugge. Welcome back to the channel, but before we get into the game, I just want to address Rangers TV. $7.99 was the price to pay to watch this on pay-per-view. But I tell you what, man, there wasn't much pay-per-view about it. Now, not in terms of what happened on the pitch, but in terms of what happened on the screen. Right, now, I wasn't the only person that suffered from big issues, but the stream just kept going down, especially in the first half, right? Especially in the first half, which I thought was quite embarrassing. And I wasn't the only one experiencing it. And I don't understand how Rangers TV can go down. I'm having people in my watch along, which I'm greatly appreciative of the people that tuned in, right? But I'm having people in my watch along watching it on a Fire Stick, and they're getting a better viewing pleasure than me, who's paid the $7.99, and it's not the only time. Last season, quite a lot, man. I was watching them on Rangers TV, and it's the same shite. They need to sort it. Like there's no two ways about it, man. You know what I mean? I just don't understand why it's so bad. Like, did the Rangers use a Fire Stick to stream it to me? Who has to pay? I don't understand it. But anyway, right, starting 11. Kelly, Aarons, Proper, King, Jeffy, Barron, Doyle, Raskin, Cortez, Curtis, Danilo. Right, since it's a friendly and, it's a good time to be alive. It's the first pre-season match of the season. I will pick my 2 stars of the first half, and I will pick my 2 jobbers of the first half. I'm going to have to go with Robin Proper as one of my 2 jobbers. And the other guy, Kieran Doyle. I mean, he is. See, Robin Proper, right? He's pish, but a broken clock is right twice a day. He has produced a few decent performances for Rangers, right? Albeit he's probably played like what, near 50 games, and well, maybe it's not as much as 50 games, but he's played a decent amount of games, and he's probably only played like 2 or 3 decent ones. Kieran Doyle has not played one decent game for Rangers. The guy's been here 2 years. Oh, but he was out on loan last. I couldn't give 2 shits what he was doing last season at Birmingham. Why is he starting this game of football? I don't understand it. He offers nothing. It's not like, here, Matondo, Cortez, they've got something, but they're always injured. They're inconsistent, but when they're on it, they're no bad. Kieran Doyle's just pish. There's actually nothing to his game. I can't believe we signed him, and he is the kind of guy that fits the stigma of signing shite guys for the English Championship. And I am down on my hands and knees praying that the likes of Asgard doesn't turn out to be Kieran Doyle 2.0, but I'm very hopeful that will not be the case. Speaking of Asgard, he wasn't even on the bench, but we did see a few of them. I believe it was half time coming out, clap the fans. But in terms of new signings, all we had today was, well, in terms of starting, Max Aarons started, but again, he was at fault for the first goal, which I didn't see due to Rangers TV, but I rewinded it and I seen it eventually. It's piss poor for him and Finlay Curtis. Finlay Curtis got man of the match. Would I have gave him man of the match? I don't know if I would have gave him man of the match, but he did score a goal. But Max Aarons, man, is that right back position cursed? I'm not too sure. But just a shit goal to concede. Then the second goal, it's just an absolute worldie. You won't see a better goal than it in July. That's my prediction. We had a few chances in this first half. Raskin had a shot that was saved. But for the most part, Cortez and Danilo were shite. I mean, in that first half, I did not see a style of play even remotely get attempted. It it just felt like it was a Barry Ferguson or Clement team to me. But the good news is, football's a game of 2 halves. And we went in 2-0 down, but the second half team started with Butland, Aarons, King, Tav, Yefte, Rice, Diamonde, Barami, Cortez, and Danilo. The subs changed the game for me. Just to reiterate, it was Butland, Tav, Rice, Diamonde, and Barami that came on. The front three stayed the same, but saying that, I do think Curtis and Cortez managed to up their game, which was good to see. Thought Tavernier added something that Jabroni, Robin Proper couldn't even wish of having, man, which is an ounce of composure. I don't want Tav anymore. I think it's time to say goodbye, but it looks like he's going to be used as a centre back, and I said if we are going to keep him, I'd like to see him at centre back than right back. But we do get a goal. Cortez wins the ball back, finds Mohamed Diamonde, who puts it into the bottom right-hand corner, past Jackers. Mignolet started the first half for Club Brugge and didn't really have an awful lot to write home about. But then the 60th minute came around. We saw the debut of Emmanuel Fernandez. Gentels came on. Ridvan Yilmaz came on. Hutton came on. It's not quite Alan Hutton, is it? Then Ross McCausland came on. We then saw a few substitutions for Club Brugge. Basuwu, Furu, and Lord Jensen, or Lund Jensen, came on. So that's all good for them. I mean, we huffed and puffed. We were the better team. It looked like if one team was going to score in the game, it would have been us. I actually did a correct score of 3 each in this game, but sadly, I didn't get it. But we did make it 2 each. Good counter attack. Barami actually looked quite good in this game, but again, it's one friendly, man. Manuel Fernandez looked like a pretty towering big man at the back, so hopefully, hopefully he can continue to be that. If we can tweak him and get him to the best of his abilities and potential, big bastard centre back, man, and hopefully we can do that. But a good goal for Finlay Curtis, very similar to the Diamonde goal into the bottom right hand corner. That was it. Could have won it at the end of McCausland, but we didn't. And yeah, Rangers 2, Club Brugge 2, happy days. Do not want to be starting with a defeat. I know it's only a friendly, but it's something to build on. If you lose 2-1, I'm not saying toys are getting flung at the pram, but you never want to lose. But this is what big Russell Martin had to say after the game, and I quote, "I think the squad will look different next week. We are looking at new players, but also need to move a few on. Dessers has had a knock. We turned down a bid for him that was miles off our valuation, and he's back with us today. Hamza was red tape to do with his visa. Both will be back in training this week." So, Dessers and Igamani both returning to training this week. Looks like, well, for now, they're going to continue to play with Rangers. I do believe that we're going to have to get rid of a few people in order to bring like massive reinforcements in up front. To me, if Dessers and Igamani stay with Danilo, I don't see us spending 5-6 million on a striker. I don't see that. But if those two go, then you're going to actually have to. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But he also kind of spoke on Jamie Vardy, Russell Martin, without really mentioning him, but it was who he was addressing. Also, reports coming out of Italy this morning that he's rejected Genoa in favour of a move to Rangers. So, could Jamie Vardy be on his way to Glasgow? Will he be having a party? Will it be double vodkas all around for Jamie Vardy? Hopefully. But you know what? A lot of negative vibes in the first half, but the second half was much better for Rangers. But again, that was a trend last season. It was where we would start absolute pish and things would get better in the second half because they could not get any worse. But again, it is honestly, it's a team that I don't think will be recognisable come the Panathinaikos game. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it won't be, and there'll be a lot of new faces in and a lot of people returning, etc., etc. But yeah, Rangers 2, Club Brugge 2. Leave your thoughts down below. Till next time. Peace.